of you actually really today, I'm not so sure today, am I speaking to a lot of homeowners today or not? And I just want to ask, right, before I start off, how many homeowners today here wanted to sell your property at a low price one? Because a lot of people say today market is actually down. So I think all the sellers out there definitely want to lower their price to sell. How many sellers here wanted to sell low one? Please let me know also. You can just actually write in your chat group, right? So that, I mean, today is an afternoon session. I just want to get everybody more relaxed and not so-called heavy in a sense, so that at least we can enjoy the session. Today, basically, my objective here is that, oh, I've not put on my screen also. Sorry about that, man. I've not made my face seen. Sorry about that. Of course, today, I just want to take this opportunity in a very, very light manner so that we all can learn. Of course, I'll do my very best at about 1.5 hours or so, if I can finish it off as soon as possible, so that the other speaker who is actually suggest will be actually running with you some of the about this freehold product in a sense. So if you really want to understand more, you can actually stay tuned. But I think before that, let me run through my topic today, because I just want to share with you what is the differences between how is the resale market progressing. All right, so now no choice have to sell. No choice have to sell. Actually, you have a choice. Everybody do have a choice. All right. So a lot of people today sell basically mainly only have one objective. They just want to upgrade their portfolio. In fact, I've seen a lot of owners today, right? A lot of them sell not because they want to sell, because they take advantage of the situation to change their portfolio. Because this is something that I'm going to share with you later in a short while as well, so that how you can actually go about doing it, so that your agents can also be here to understand and probably advise you further. All right, let me run through. Now, just as disclaimer for what I'm going to share, of course, whatever research that I've done, right, basically is all the URA data here and there. But of course, I've done some of this check. So basically, it's for your information, for you to take note of, all right? Ultimately, we all know that in Singapore, this is the very unique point, because Singapore is a place everything information is transparent. We probably cannot hide anything at all. So at the end of the day here, whatever we share with you is really based on the research that I've done for you. For me, I'm someone who really focus a lot of research. I'm a person who is not a very emotion guy. So I always look at logic, because logic is very important, because if we are not logical enough, we tend to fall into a trap called emotion, which is not right in terms of purchasing or selling a property, right? So this is something I'm going to share with you in a short while. So what is my scope today? Today I'm going to cover resale prices. Are they expected to rise or decline? So why do prices of the resale market actually tend to so-called slow down the movement after a new launch? And how do we actually determine the exit? And will the developer actually lower down their price? Next segment, freehold or 99, which one should I buy? So these are some of the things that I'm going to cover today, so that at least you have an idea, so that you can learn something out of it. At the end of the day, important is let's all learn together. Right, so I mean, or whatever I'm going to share with you is based on my experience, so that at least for you is to take note of. Myself, I also went through a lot before I actually able to share with you more, because I'm someone who are very passionate about the real estate, right? So let me just run through again. So next, will resale prices drop further? I think this is a very golden question that most people are asking. So let me run through with you the information. Now let's look at this particular chart. Okay, if you look at this, this is the overall non-landed property, but in the resale market, right? How the resale market actually works. If you actually understand that, look at 2004 period, which is a SARS period. Actually, there's a fall of 69. This is different from this property price index. This is based on the dollar per square foot in terms of the price of a property. That means I take an average of whole Singapore, the private resale market. How is the price movement in the different cycle? So if you look carefully here, every time a down, of course, it will go by up as well. So if you look at the cycle, I just want to point to you one particular segment, which is this segment. This is the part that most people should remember. A lot of cooling measure. Government actually has pointed in a lot, because why? The price keep going upwards. That's the reason why the government have to go through 8 rounds before actually it slows down the prices. But if you look at carefully, this is the part that is the most heavy. But if you look at subsequently, right, actually the increments is no longer as high as it's supposed to be, which I think is important for any one of us who owns a property. We do not want the property prices to go up too fast, which is not healthy for anybody out there, especially for the economy. Because why? When the property price goes up too fast, the rental will be high. When the rental is high, what's going to happen next? The rental is high at the time, right? It will cause a lot of strain to the many companies out there. And that's the reason why we can see that the government is trying their best to actually control the property prices. But if you realize one very important thing is what? Actually, the government has never has the intention, right, to actually so-called make the property prices, crash the property prices. They have no intention. But if you look at the overall market, the government eventually will goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, go down. So it will go up again. So eventually, if you look at it, these property prices are generally on an upslope. This is how it works. So that is how our government works. And that's the reason why I'm trying to tell you here is what? The last cooling measure, which is the 8th round, right, actually has already wiped off a lot of who? Speculators. I was in this period of time, 2008, actually I was in the private property market since 2006. So I see how the property prices work. I've been also investing in property during that period as well. And at that point of time, right, a lot of things is so easy to do. For example, today you want to take a loan, right? It's very tough provided your income is there because of the total debt servicing ratio. Last time there's no need. As long as I can show 200,000, right, I can actually grant a loan to me. So my auntie, my niece, my grandmother, my father also can take a loan even they are not working. Because why? Just has to show the funds and they can get. So it become a very speculative mode. When the market actually collapse, what happened? A lot of people will just throw their property away. And that's the reason why the property prices can be such a fluctuation. But subsequently, when the government has done this so-called cooling measure, they make it in such a way it's so difficult for the prices to so-called goes up, but also cannot go down too much. But if you look at it, generally, as long as you hold the property, it is still a good upturn, right? Let's see further. Now, then of course, I break it down to CCR, Core Central Region. Core Central Region means that for those people, just for your information, is mainly at where? Orchard area, CBD area, Sentosa area. These are all the necessary Core Central Region area. And if, of course, if you look at the Core Central Region, the price upwards is also quite good, right? For those people who buy CCR Orchard area property, right, the price movement can be strong. Why? If you look at the resale market, during the last 2004, during the SARS periods, right, when the property prices came down, the next upturn was actually very strong, 700. The next round turn is also 678. But of course, there's also a huge drop as well, right, because of the layman crisis. Because why? The cooling measure was not effective at that point of time. But because of the cooling measure was so effective, subsequently the drop is there. But if you look at it at the last round, right, it's about $300 over to $400 PSF increase. At the end of the day here, what the government is trying to do is to allow the property prices eventually will still grow, but not at that kind of space, this kind of space, which is too fast, which is not healthy. So you can see this is how it works. Next, RCR, the next, which is so-called like Toa Payoh, Bishan area, Potong Pasir area, still got where? Commonwealth area. These are generally the RCR zone. So if you look at it, if I were to point you again, right, this is the time where the numbers are big. But subsequently, right, all the numbers are small, if you realize. If you see all my 4 different charts, now the government has effectively, because of this thing, created this thing here. Because why? The government has done all this cooling measure to wipe off all the what? Wipe off all the so-called speculators out there in the market. Today, anybody who buy a property, right, they have to fulfill their loans requirement, which is a very tough loan requirement because they only based on 60% of your income to calculate. If you have a car loan, for example, your installment for a car loan of $1,000 easily will take away 200,000 loan away based on your requirement. So that is the the thing here is that, right, the government is trying to make sure that you do not overspend. You cannot afford, you don't buy. If you can afford, then you buy. So this is how the government works, which is good. Because why? What we want is someone who can hold on to the property for long if the market were to drop, right? They do not want the market to speculate in that manner, which is not healthy, which is what we really want to see, right? But if you look at the overall chart of my RCR again, is to show you one thing. As long as you have holding power, property in Singapore generally will hold and will still move upwards. That is the key. So remember, my friend, we are not here to ask you to speculate, go and anyhow buy. No. We definitely want you to actually invest or to buy something for long term, 3 to 5 years, 5 years to 8 years, depends on the time frame. Whichever is comfortable, look at your needs and requirement to make your decision. So this is how I feel that you should be looking at. Right, next. So OCR, that means mass market, Jurong West, Tampines, these are the areas, Yishun, these are so-called the mass market area. And you see, the prices are generally what? Again, this is the heavy one. It's the heavy one, right? But subsequently, you can see, it becomes stabilized. So this is how it works. So I'm just trying to show you that this is how the market reacts accordingly after this so-called severe tightening of the cooling measure. And that is important for you to take note of. Why? Why am I sharing this with you? Because a lot of people expect that the market actually will stop and will drop a drastic way, which is not possible. Because why? Because there's not much speculators around. Especially today, the interest rate was so low, and there's no need for people to rush to sell their property away. And because of the interest rate was so low, actually when they rent out their property, they don't need to rush to sell. Because why? The tenant is actually paying their mortgage, and the interest has been offset because of the rental, and whatever the balance in terms of principal amount actually is a saving for the owners. So like for myself, right, I do own some properties. I ask myself, if I were to sell, then am I able to buy back? Because that is the question mark. And most of my properties are under my parents' name because I bought under their names. So when I buy under their names, right, if today I sell their property away, I cannot actually let them buy anymore because of their age. They cannot borrow anymore. So I tell myself, I might just keep the money there. Because why? If you put the money in the bank today, I'm not so sure how much is your interest. What I understand here is that if you can get 1% per annum by putting whatever money in the bank account, it's already very good. So is that the way? And that's the reason why a lot of people are choosing to put where? To hedge against where? Property. Of course, there are people who tell me, Kelvin, I want to put my money into stocks market. Of course you can, as long as we don't speculate. For me, I'm not a stock person, so I really cannot comment much. I still feel that at the end of the day, if I have the money, I will choose to put into my assets because I feel more comfortable. Because why? First, it's not liquid. Second, it is also not so liquid, which is also good. That means I don't need to rush to sell. I wait for the prices to go really have a good profit margin, then I can choose to sell it away if I want to. So that is how I feel, right? So next. Now, I want to show you the last 6 months. How is the market movement? If you look at it, this is the CCR, right? Look at the resale market for the last 6 months. Generally, if you can see what I'm showing it, right? Basically, it's actually quite stable. Look at it. This is RCR. This is OCR. Generally are very stable. Why? As I mentioned to you, it is very clear cut that why it is so stable, because yes, the market is unstable. The economy is unstable. A lot of fear in the market. If you look at the newspaper, almost every day the newspaper is on negative news. But the problem here is that, right, I'm not so sure for all of you really understand or not. I feel that at the end of the day, our media is actually very powerful. Our media. Why do I say so? our journalist is also very powerful because why? Their subject headline, the subject heading is always very powerful. Why? Because we always attracted to see subject headline first before we see the content. But the subject headline when the market is down is always down. But if you realize, when the market goes up, the subject headline in the Straits Times or whatever media, right, you always see all the positive thing. And normally, I would say that what? 80% of the people choose to look at a positive angle because of the media. But when the media was negative at the time, right, most people will say, no lah, this is not the best time to buy, this is not the right time to buy because the market was down. Actually, I understand all these things because why? We are all human beings. We have emotion, we have fear. And that is very fair for any one of us to be in this position. But for me, that's the reason why I believe in what? Logic. Because why? I cannot allow emotions to affect me. Because why? A lot of people chong to the show flat and buy a property and queue up to buy the property. Does it mean that it's the best time to buy property? But when nobody dare to buy property, people say, oh, like ghost town like that. I mean, today, if you were to visit any show flat, right? I'm not so sure how many show flats are today very packed one. So my question to you, if today you go to a show flat that is very empty, first, you have one thoughts. There's two mind. One mind is, jialat, like this place like ghost town like that, nobody buy property. I think market is bad. But there's another thoughts that comes in is what thoughts? Wow, nobody buy. If developers see the show flat is empty. I mean, my friend here, all those people are listening to me now, right? 600 of you here, right? If you're listening to me, if today you are the developer yourself, if you are the developer, if you see your show flat is very empty, right? Do you dare to increase price? But if you see your show flat is full of crowd, right? Will you increase price or reduce price? You have to think. So, why am I telling you this? Because we tend to see things in a more negative way, which is not wrong. But I just want to point out one very important thing is called emotion. Most of us fall into this trap emotion. We tend to buy when everybody rush to buy. But we tend not to buy because why? Wow, market is bad. But of course, I'm not saying that you must buy. At the end of the day, why am I doing this webinar on a Saturday afternoon? Very simple. Because why? I personally see a reason for it. But you may not agree with me, doesn't matter. But most important here is that I see an opportunity. That's the reason why I want to share with you. Not because of anything. I don't do selling. I only do facts and figure. That's why I always believe what? If I'm going to tell you something that is very worthwhile to buy here and there, I will not do that. I must always look at what? Facts and figure. If you see all my stuff later on, right? Nothing is all just numbers. Why? I only believe in factual to share with you. Because why? If we fall into this trap called emotion, we will not buy anything. Always, during the downturn in 2008, Lehman crisis, many people say it's not a good time to buy. But do you realize one thing? If any one of us were to buy in 2008, right? Actually, today we are sitting on a huge profit. But how many of us dare to buy? I went to buy one property called Normanton Park, which en bloc, right? When I buy that property, it was so scary. I go into the house, I want to vomit because it's so yucky. But I still choose to buy because the price is high. This to not say high, the price is right. And I actually make quite a good profit out of it in a sense. Because why? I'm not emotion. I look at what? Logic, which is the price. So today, my purpose of sharing with you all this is because what? I just want to let everybody knows one thing. Let's look at numbers. Let's not let this emotion affect me. For those people who are ready to start to observe properties, take this opportunity to go and open your eyes to see that's all. At the end of the day, make your decision wisely, according to your affordability, according to your needs. Then I think that our agents definitely can help you in that sense, right? So, next, why prices actually holds? Why is it so? Like I mentioned to you here, this is a chart that you probably have seen it before, right? So if you look at this, these are all the cooling measures that has happened, right? But I want to tell you, our government, right, is very, very good in toggling this. As long as they need them, I mean, Singapore properties is very simple one, right? if you understand how the government work, once they open the door, that means they loosen the cooling measure. What will happen next? Property prices start to move upward lah. But once they tighten, wow, hold it up, right? What will happen? Prices will start to slow down. So the way the government do here is to calibrate, right? So when they calibrate the time, right, that is how the market works, right? So if you can see, when the prices dive because the market what? The market has gone up a fair bit already. So it must slow down a little bit. So when the market slow down, they will start to open up the door again. So that is how the market works. So because of this whole 8 round of cooling measure, because of the 8 rounds of cooling measure, which is a very strong one, it actually allows the prices to be what? To be more stable, if you ask me. Which I feel that, which I shared with you just now, what is the key? The government definitely do not want to crash the market. They just want to make sure that the market is stable in the long run. And that is crucial. And that's why the policy is very, very important. And because of this policy in place, this 8 round of cooling measure has been in place, especially the TDSR, ABSD. These two is the main killer to everything. But if you ask me, why prices actually stabilize, it's also because of this. There is no speculators in the market, just like 2008, right, which is this period of time, Lehman crisis period of time. There is too much speculation in the market. And this is also the reason. So subsequently, they come up with all the different kind of measures that actually control the prices so well that it does not create that kind of fluctuation. I mean, as a property owner, I just share with you here, right? Myself, I bought a property at Watermark in River Valley in 2007 for $1,600 PSF. And do you know one thing? It has dropped to 900 per square foot. At that point of time, I was also struck. Wow, I was shocked. Wow, it's dropped so much. But eventually, right, I hold it for long term. I ran out the property because I say why would I want to sell at a loss? I don't want, right? So eventually I keep. Until in 2018, I sold it for 2001 per square foot. So at the end of the day, why am I telling everybody? Let's not speculate. At the end of the day, whatever goes down will goes back again. So that is how it works. That's the reason why you must always have what? Holding power. And that is the reason why the government came up with this measure here, these two things, is to what? Wipe off the speculators in the market. So whoever holds the property today, they have the holding power. That's why if you expect the property prices to drop drastically, I want to tell everybody, it is not easy because of all these measures in place. And that is something I just want to share with you here, right? So, and also because of the ample liquidity in the market. If you look at the interest rate, the SIBOR, it was so low, right? But the dollar sign is actually huge, right? And that's the reason why I'm saying, because of so much cash on hand, and there's so many liquidity in the market, and because the interest rate is so low, the owners out there has no interest in terms of selling their property at a lower price. Because why? Already a lot of money in the bank. So why do I need to sell and put the money in the bank and enjoy a lower interest rate? And that is the reason why you see that the market is what? It's not dropping. That is the key, right? So why prices hold? First, no more speculator, to sum up, right? Second, holding powers because of liquidity in the market. Third, those that is affected by TDSR and seller stamp duty, I won't sell, right? Next, because many of them are owners day. I mean, those people who are owners day today, do you need to sell urgently today? Especially now the government even so good, right? That actually allows you to have the 6 month, don't need to pay installment from the bank side. So which also means that you don't need to rush, right? Additional buyer stamp duty also affected it because why? If I sell it away, I always ask myself this question, can I buy back? If I buy back, I need to pay ABSD. Should I sell it away? So these are the logic sense that people are struggling. So that is also the reason why property prices seems to be what? Will be holding on in a very calm manner, right? Of course, interest rate. I mean, interest rate now is almost 1 month SIBOR, right? It's almost coming to 0.4%. Plus spread around there, right, will be about 1% based on today's market. If you really put property as 1% loan, which is actually a very good leveraging, right? Even our CPF port, right, is paying us 2.5, and the banks is only charging us like 1%. So a lot of people would choose not to. Really, honestly speaking, most people would not want to sell their property. If people are holding a property and rented out the property, they would rather keep it. Because why? Because of the low interest rate environment. And it's very clear cut what the interest rate will stay flat for the next 3 years, which is actually announced by Fed, right? So we are all very clear about that. And of course, the government support in terms close to 100 billion to support everybody. So generally, I would say, based on my opinion, I look at this. That's why I'm showing you the last 6 months how the property prices market work, which is what? Very stable in a sense. Now, why resale price generally stay stagnant after TOP? This is something I think a lot of people are very queried, because what Kelvin was, people are asking me, Kelvin, how come my property is $1,000 per square foot? The neighboring new launches will sell at $1,500 per square foot. No? So my question to you here, will you buy 1,000 or 1,500? Most people will definitely choose which one. I mean, I asked the rest of the people who are here sitting with me, right? If given a choice today, right? Both property, one resale and one new launch, one is 1,000, one is 1,500. Which one will you buy? 1,000, right? I think most people will choose the $1,000 per square foot. Anybody choose 1,500 one? Nobody reply me. Actually, this is the sad truth, because why? When we are doing a webinar, it's very difficult to interact. At least when I'm doing it when I can meet personal to everybody that time, whatever I ask, still got people ask me, still got people answer me, right? So of course, generally, if you look at it here, is that right? People will choose about 1,000 now. Let me explain to you. First, Centuries. Someone who buy a new launches at this price, 480 per square foot. Eventually, the price went up to 1,280, which is here, which is like TOP time, right? At TOP time. But after a while, you see, from 2005 to 2020, 5 years, actually the property seems to be what? Stagnant. Why is it so? Why is it so? Very simple. Let me explain to you. First, those people out there who buy from developer at this kind of prices, they just need to sell at 1,280. Now, if you are the buyer who went to buy Centuries at 1,002 per square foot, how much do you want to sell to make money? $1,500 per square foot. Am I right to say that? In order for you to make profit. But there are 600 people who owns the property here, 600 people. And they all buy between $480 per square foot to $600 to $700 per square foot. Do they need to sell at 1,500 per square foot for them to exit? If the people out there here, 600 of them, just choose to sell at 1,002 per square foot, will your property goes up to 1,500 per square foot? It is very difficult to go up. Because why? Out of 10%, 10% was selling here, 10% is selling in the market. Everybody is selling at 1,002 per square foot. And you want to sell at 1,500 per square foot. My friend, will you choose to buy 1,002 or 1,500? It is very obvious, right? Nobody will do that, right? So, why the property price generally stagnant after a couple of years down the road after TOP? The reason is because many of them who have bought the property initially earlier, all right, over here, they don't need to sell the 1,500. They just need to sell 1,002. They can exit and make the profit, and they say bye-bye to you already. So, anybody interested to find out how can we actually increase the price from 1,002 to 1,500? If you are interested, right, just put in the chat, say one. Just put one. I will tell you the answer. Anybody interested? Nobody. Nobody interested. That means I better don't talk, right? Wow, so many people interested, right? Okay. At least come to make money. Everybody want to come to make money. Everybody sure interested one, right? Am I right to say that? Now let me share with you, Okay, good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, right, for at least responding to me this, right? Which also means that all of you are very interested to find out, which is good. At least this afternoon, make a very, very good choice to come here. But I want to tell you here how to go about doing it. How to go about doing it? Provided those who are staying in a condo, right? You all must be what? You all must go and volunteer to become the committee member first, you know. You must be in the you must be in the committee member first. You know why? You know why? Next time when you go to the committee members, go and tell everybody, don't talk about maintenance fees, all these things. Why? Talk about selling price better. If you talk about maintenance fee, it's waste time. What you need to do here is to write into all your owners out there, owners, to all the 600 of you here, can you please don't sell your property at 1,002 per square foot? Can we all sell at 1,005 per square foot? If everyone agree in this condo, 600 people agree, hey, those who want to sell, please don't sell at 1,002 per square foot, let's all sell at 1,005 per square foot, right? Can or not? So if everybody sell at 1,005 per square foot, right? Got one joker went in to buy at 1,005 per square foot. Can I ask all of you here? If you saw one transaction hit 1,005, can I ask every one of you here? How many of you want to sell 1,021? The next price that you will increase to become what price? After you saw someone sell at 1,005 per square foot, how many of you will still want to sell at 1,005? Everybody will do what? Will increase price or reduce price to sell? Everybody will change to what price? Oh, 1,006 sell. Oh, right, 1,006 sell. Right? So if everybody choose to 1,006, what happened? Then the next one who buy 1,006 will increase again, right? So this is what I'm trying to share with you here is that this is the problem between resale market and a new launch. New launch, there's only one person that is talking, which is the developer. They say go up, they go up. They say go down, they go down. But in the resale market, the challenge is these 600 people that you need to coordinate. Hey, come, let's all do it together. Right? Let's all. Is it possible? Also can, as long as you're a committee member. So those people who are listening to me, right, better go the next round when they are selecting for member, you better volunteer. So that you can do what? Talk about this. Because why? I mean, this is the way it works, right? This is the market. Because why? Demand, supply. When there's a demand for your product, but there's no supply, and I have to buy your property at that price, I have to bite the bullet, I eat. But the subsequent one, right, will start to move upward. So this is how the resale market react. So those people who are interested, right, to really do this, you must really work out, right? So this is how it works, which is very normal. This is how resale and new launch work, right? So now, next, same thing. You look at Cote d'Azur. This is another development. Same thing. I mean, those who bought resale property for the last, you see, from 2000 and 2012, you know, until 2019, this period of time, the market is almost stagnant. So what am I trying to tell everybody? Do you want to be the one who buy here and make your money here, or do you want to let your money stuck here and not working? Stuck. Nothing wrong lah. That's why today my purpose of sharing with you here is what? Honestly, last time, I just want to tell everybody, I actually buy more resale property for investment. But only the recent years I changed to buy new launch. Why? Because the resale market in the past, when I buy that time, right, I don't need to wait for 3 years to sell. SSD. I buy today at a low price. 1 week later, I can sell and make money and sell already. I can even buy a property, haven't complete yet, and I sell and then make my money again. But today cannot because of the seller stamp duty. First year is 12%, second year 8%, third year is 4%. Because of these three things, how to sell? So I rather do what? I buy a new launch, leverage on it at a lower price, eventually reach this price, eventually goes up. So this is how I work. And I will choose to sell here. Then I make my money. I take up my money and I do what? I reinvest again. That is how I work. I mean, this is all these years I've been doing all these things. If not, I can tell you honestly speaking, it's not easier to let your money stuck there and not working. I mean, my objective of sharing this is because I really want those people to understand this so that you can really use your hard-earned money to work hard for you. I know there will be a lot of stress. I know that people are concerned about their money, whether what happens if I lose. That's the reason why I want to share with you everybody one thing. All our agents here in PropNex, right, I've actually developed a system called RAM. RAM. This system can help you to work out your numbers, comfort or not comfort, whether is it safe or not safe, whether is it sufficient or not sufficient in terms of your installment, whether is it comfortable or not comfortable. So as long as you know your numbers, then okay for you. Why people buy insurance? First, it's a saving. And you know how much money that you're paying every month. That's why you dare to buy insurance. Because you take it as a form of saving. Same thing, our RAM system can allow you to work out all your numbers too. I always believe one thing, as long as you can see numbers, you have confidence. But if you cannot see numbers, I will stress. And that is me. For me, anything I buy, anything I do, I always look at numbers because why? I can't see one. For me, my difference between me and my wife, right? My wife is a very daring person. I'm a very gassy person. Because why? Men usually a bit more worried about a lot of things. Right? Women are very gung ho one. So I listen to all my wife. Not all my wife, sorry, I only got one wife. I listen to my wife, right? So at least she tells me chong then I go right? But for me, he say chong, I must work out. So that is between me and her. So that's the reason why for all the guys here, right? Sometimes we must really listen to our wife. I think they make good sense. For those wives who are here, I think you agree with me. But my wife say one thing very important. Singapore property all belong to her. That is what she always tells me, right? So, right. So of course, to me here is that at the end of the day, our objective as a husband and wife, we definitely want to do what? We want to look forward to grow our wealth together, and we want to retire happily together, and that is our desire as a family. I believe every family here is also the same. We want to work hard. We want to also use our money to work hard for us so that they can grow, and eventually when we reach 60 years old, we can happily retire. I mean, honestly, as we have been working hard towards from 30s to 60s, always been working hard for our children, right? We also hope that by the time 50s, 60s, we can slow down a little bit, relax a little bit, so that both husband and wife can enjoy our life better. I believe all of you agree with me. This is what our dream is supposed to, right? Am I right to say that, right? So that is the reason why we need to learn how to grow our wealth systematically so that we can all achieve our goals towards our 60s. I mean, now no choice one. We definitely have to work hard, right? So we work hard, but our objective in the brain here is what? So that we can be better off in the future. I mean, this is life, right? So and this is also what I just want to share with you later on, right? How it works, right? So for new launch, what's the difference? You see, for Queens, this is the project Queens. This is a resale property. And you see, this is 1,003 during the purchase time. There is two property. One is new launch, which is Commonwealth. Commonwealth from 1,005 went to 1,008. Queens stay flat. So which one will you want? That's why I'm telling you this thing. What? For new launch, the difference is what? The developer initial will always tend to lower their prices to sell to you. But when they sell more and more units, they start to increase prices. So when you are the first one who comes in, right, eventually you get to sell at a good price, you make your money. But resale market, just I share with you one thing. This is the problem. Unless we can control everybody together, that makes your job easier, right, in terms of movement. That's why you can see Commonwealth Tower, people can still make what? A very, very good profit, right? Compared to you put the money here, screens. If the person choose the wrong property, my friend, if the person choose the wrong property, one can make 300,000, one doesn't make money, which one will you want to? That is the clear cut, right? You will choose to make this money over here. And that is how it works. I mean, honestly speaking, my friend, all of us have been working for the last 5 years. Ask yourself this question. To save 300,000 profit, is it easy or not by working hard? I tell you, my friend, we work so hard, also cannot save 300,000 one. I have been working for others in the past before I became a real estate. I mean, we earn how much, we spend how much for our children here and there. At the end of the day, do we really save a lot? It's difficult to save money, I tell you, right? But I always feel that there's one place to save money, which is property. This is the money that I will save 300,000. I make my 300,000. I won't anyhow spend one, right? I will take this 300,000 to what? Reinvest again. This is how I will do. So you see, same thing. Look at this owner, Caspian. Just like I mentioned to you, Caspian, right? If the property appreciate until this point of time, for those sellers out there, I just want to share you one thing. If you actually owns a property and has made money, please ask your agents to check whether your property has been stagnant or not. Stagnant or not for the last couple of years. If it's stagnant, you have to ask yourself this question: should I take my money out and change for something else to buy? Like this, Caspian owner make their profit here, went in to buy what? Bartley Ridge. And you see the blue line, they make money again. Remember, my friend, make some money, take out your money, roll again, let the money grow again. That is how money make money. But if you let your money sit inside here and do nothing, then it's waste time. You shouldn't do that. So that is how generally people are looking at between what? Between a new launch and a resale. All right, so that you are clear, right? So this is the point. Now, next thing, I think a lot of customers are asking me, will developer cut price to sell? Let's see. So if you look at this, I think a lot of people ask me, hey, the market is going to slow down. Definitely a lot of developers cannot sell their property. So if, because of they have this to pay ABSD, so eventually they may let go at a lower price. Now, based on research, this year about 29 units left. If they don't sell these 29 units for some developer, they have to pay ABSD. But luckily, got another 6 more month delay because of the COVID-19, right? So government give them 6 more months to delay. Next year, 276. The heavy one is actually here. Now, all of you ask me a question. You sure ask me, Kelvin, I think I better wait until 2023. Why? Because got 10,000 units. Sure, developer cannot sell one. If developer cannot sell, then I tell you, they will probably let go at Leilong price. Now, I want to tell you, if you think this way, it will not happen. Why? First, this will come down. This will come down. This will also come down. This will also come down. This will also come down. So the number of units will keep selling one. So eventually the number will drop. But you will tell me, Kelvin, then there's no replacement, man? Sure, got replacement, government land sales and block sales, right? Yes, let me show you. Current supply is about 29,000. But I think it will has dropped to about 28,000. Why? Because this is based on first quarter 2020. The upcoming, I think 20 something, the announcement will be out. Then they will tell you exactly how much is the balance in terms of number. If you base on this 28,000, you just need to sell every year 7,002. You actually can sell it away already to clear this 29,000. So can it be sold based on 7,000 units every year? Let's see. Now this is the historical chart of every year, how many annual sales of new launches were sold every year. All right, every year, how many new launches were sold. So the worst time that I see is here, is here. But if you look at the recent years, the lowest also about 7,000. Now we are here. My question here, will it be able to sell this number? You ask yourself, will it be? Let me show you further. Now, a lot of people say M block. M block is now almost flat. All the developers are not rushing in to buy because of the current issue. Government, this is government land sales. Government land sale has also what? Dropped. This year, this is first half. Second half is also about 1,003 plus, if I'm not wrong, right? Total add up is about 3,145. Confirm whole year, government will release the land for sale. Total is 3,145. Total, right? Based on the number. So if 3,001 plus whatever existing stock of 29,000, 29, that means plus 3,000 is 32,000. Based on 32,000 divided by 4, you only need to sell about 8,000 units, plus minus. Can it be sold? Let's see. Just to share with you, April, counter short because government lockdown. May, 480. June, 968. 1 month, my friend, 1 month without any new launches selling. Existing stock already cleared 1,000 units, close to 1,000 units, right? So can it be sold off in terms of numbers? Look at this. First quarter 2020 sold this number. Second quarter this number. So total we have sold 37. If really based on the current formula, right? If we multiply by 2, is how much? Easily close to 8,000 this year. Of course, most of us expect it's about 7 to 8,000 range. We do not know yet. But we are very surprised is one thing. June, this is a very strong number. Can you imagine for June, it's normally a down season because everybody go holiday. Now the thing here is that all of us are probably no chance to go holiday until end of the year. Also don't know whether got chance or not, right? So I think nobody go anywhere. Everybody put money where? Property. So you see, just look at the new launches 1 month is almost 1,000. Can you imagine if this thing going to continue every month 1,000 unit, you will hit how many thousands by end of this year? But of course, we don't think so. We don't think so. We do not know yet. So stay tuned with us, then you will know the answer. Because why? We are always tracking the numbers every month so that you know whether the numbers make sense or not. But even doesn't hit 900 units. Last week, just last week alone, right? We almost sold just based on last week alone, almost close to 300 units sold 1 week. Just last week. So if really 1 week we sell 200 units, 1 month is 800 units. 800 units for the rest of the month from July until December, based on 800 units. July probably 6 months, right? Times 5 months, 4,000 units. So 4,000 units plus just now what I shared with you here, we had hit about 37 units, 379 something, right? It will really hit 7,000 over. So this year, definitely the numbers is going to hit 7 to 8,000. I think based on the numbers, we are very confident the numbers seems to be going upwards because there's a pent-up demand for the customers out there to look at properties. I mean, this is for you to know, for you to take note. Based on 2018 and 2019, right? The difference of drop is only -9%. Which is what I'm saying here is that based on last year first half and this year first half, there's only drop of 9%, which is very, very what? Minor. And you know, the show flat, right, was not open for almost 2.5 months. But still, the volume still can go. Because a lot of customers out there accepted what? They don't need to see the show flat. As long as the price makes sense, people are still buying. So this is how it works, right? Please take note. Now, before I move on, I just want to share a little bit about myself so that you are aware about who am I. I'm in the business for last 18 years. Totally nothing at all, nothing about knowledge about real estate. I was a rank force regular, then I become now the agency directors as well. So I also lead almost 8,600 over people now. So I also wrote a book, right? My book is all about property as a form of saving. If you really want to read my books here, my books is a very simple books, very easy to read. But my focus of this book is all about saving. How to use property to save money. Never about investment. I'm a saver myself. I like to use property to save money. That is my own belief. So if you really want to understand this, get your agents to get my copy, e-copy, so that you, when you have time free, just read lah, right? So this is my wife. We have been working really from nothing to what we have today. So we have grown in terms of movement. These are some of my properties that I'm actually holding. I own 99 years leasehold property. I also own freehold property. I also own commercial properties as well. And this is what I do. This is my recent property, and this is my house that I'm going to stay very soon. I'm going to shift. All right. So why am I sharing this? In fact, I only tell you this object. I'm not here to boast about what I have. I believe some of you may be more than me. All right. Something that I've never thought myself that I can own a detached house in District 11 costing more than $11 million. This is not to boast, but I just want to share with you one thing. Why am I sharing what I've achieved so far? Because I just want every one of you to think now. What is your age? If today you are 35 years old, you have until here. My question to you here, by the time you and your wife, by the time your wife is at, both of you is 60, for if you guys are, by the time of age 65, right, should you own your property? I mean, whatever property you have now, right, $1 million, for example, now, by the time you reach here, maybe it's 1.5 million. Maybe, I'm not so sure. If it's really 1.5 million, your downgrade, because normally it's like that, right? By the time you already fully paid your age 65, you fully paid your property already. But if you were to downgrade, because normally as a husband and wife, right, from a big house, you definitely go to a small house. so that you don't need to manage so much, right? So you downgrade to maybe 800,000. So you left with how much? 700,000. So the question here is, with $700,000, are you able to retire happily? So why am I sharing this with you here? Because why? Whatever property that you're holding, I've spoken to many people. People say, "Oh, I just want to be very comfortable. I just probably hope that I can fully pay up my property from now until then." Now, it's not that you are wrong. It's not that you are wrong. But I want to tell you here, do you want to end up holding on your last property is a $5 million property? If you have a $5 million property, right, from here to here, 5 million, fully paid up, right? Can you retire happily? Of course, Kelvin, many people say, Kelvin, not everyone can. Honestly speaking, I also don't know whether I can. But I only have one thing in my mind. I work hard for it. What I'm trying to tell everybody, not to tell you everybody sure can. No. I'm saying that we should have a dream. We should work towards it. 18 years ago, I got nothing. My first HDB property, I don't even have money to buy. I only borrowed money from my father-in-law to buy. I've gone through all this myself. So I want to share with you here is that today I work hard to achieve the desired goal. I only have one objective at the end of the day, my wife told me. Our nest here, our eggs here, must have a good sum of money. So that both of us, if we are not going to work so much, we have more time to retire and relax. I mean, I don't want to say we retire lah. I just want to say that we want to work, but not that kind of stressful work. We just want to enjoy ourselves for our life. I mean, we have been working hard for the last 30 years. Don't tell me we still want to slog for the last 30 years. I don't want eh. I'm not so sure about you guys here, no. I really hope that all of you agree with me. We don't want eh. Because we want to enjoy our life. Life is not just about working hard eh. Life is all about happy, you know, at the end of the day. Of course, I'm not saying that you only get to happy at the age of 65, by the time maybe too old or whatever. But at least you must what? Work hard now so that you can what? Retire happily. And that is really what I want to see every one of you here. I mean, I push myself. I work hard towards it. I started with a HDB, 220,000. My first private property I invested is only 550,000. At that point of time, I already very stressed out because I was telling myself, wow, what if I lose my money? I mean, everyone will go through this. Everyone. But I just want to tell everybody, this is normal for us to go through this because of fear. Fear. That's the reason why I always believe in what? Facts. Work out your numbers. Every time, work out your numbers. As long as you're working out your numbers, you don't need to be stressed over all these things. As long as you plan. That's why our system allows you to do so, right? I mean, this is just my opinion. I really urge every one of you to think a little bit further. Think that you want to have a better life in the future. And that's what I want to see, right? Thank you so much. So, how do I achieve this? First, Technique System Network. This is where we are, so that we can all learn together. I'm happy to share because why? Because 18 years ago, I really, like I mentioned, nothing. But today, you guys can also learn together so that we can all have a better result towards our retirement, right? Now, the next thing that I want to share here is what? I want to share with you, how do I spot the property that I feel has a chance to make some money? Even that I cannot promise you sure make money, man. Nobody should promise you can make money. We can only do one thing, calculated risk. That means, what do I mean by that? At the end of the day, I must not be the first one to lose money. If the market don't do well, I should be the one that is very comfortable. I still can rent out, I still have a higher rental yield, and this is what I want to. So, how do we go about doing it? Let's see. Now, let me today just take this example called Forex, which is one of the freehold property in the market that's going to launch very soon. I'm not here to sell you this product. I'm here to share with you, if you want to buy a properties out there in the market, may not be this product, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, how do you use this example, the so-called flow of how I do it, right, to determine your next property that you want to buy? Can be Forex, can be anything else, I leave it to you. All right, but let's take this example to see. Now, how do I determine the pricing? Let's see. Based on 5 things: supply, demand. What is the developer pricing strategy? First mover, transformation, price tag. All right, all these things is the 5 important investment rule which I'm going to go through with you now. How to use this 5 things accordingly onto another next development that you want to buy in the future. That's how it works. Now, what do I mean by supply and demand? Because this development is a freehold, right? So, if you look, those people who are really a die-hard fan of freehold, right? I just want to tell you here, this is leasehold. Currently, for all the new launches in the market, right, the balance is about 5,000 units that's freehold. Actually, freehold property generally are not many. So, unless it's all en bloc. If not, whatever the government put up is all leasehold property. So, if you really want to buy a freehold property, normally, I want to tell all of you here, if those people are in the market for some time, right, freehold property generally command a premium above 99 years leasehold property, right? Am I right to say that? So this is, you must understand, right? So today, right, as long as I can buy something, whether is it leasehold or freehold, most important, I must not pay a premium above it. That is important. So if I can choose to buy a freehold property without paying a premium extra, then I will want to. I mean, honestly speaking, for those people who are here, given a choice, will you want to own a freehold or leasehold? If the price is almost the same for a leasehold. Very simple, right? Your answer should be very clear. Nobody will choose to want to buy a leasehold, right? For example. So this is what most people will think. So my next thing is to look at, is this number worthwhile? How do I see the number? Let's see further. Freehold, leasehold. I mean, for people who want to buy freehold generally for what? Long-term, legacy planning, buy for keeping for children, next time can give it to the children here and there. Of course, they love freehold property. This is always the key. Because a lot of, I mean, for Singaporean, generally, most people like to own freehold property because not many countries have freehold property. Some countries don't even have, right? So, the another thing here is, why prices today still hold? Especially a lot of a customer asking, hey, because of the COVID-19, I think prices should actually be dropping, especially all the new launches. Let me show you. Like for example, Park Clementi's. Park Clementi's, the break-even price is this. Because we can always work out their break-even price. With a break-even price of 1,437, 10% profit the developer make, they must sell at 1,581. Now, if you look at June, the price sold is how much? 1,600 generally. One of the unit here is 1,385. I want to show you this unit, 1,385. People ask me, Kelvin, how come this one so cheap? Because this is 24th floor. This is a loft unit. So high ceiling, that's the reason why the per square foot is actually lower, because the unit size is smaller. By right, it's 1,055. But because the actual size may be only 800 over square feet because of the airspace. So that's the reason why the developer had to sell at this price, for your information. And all these are in June, and you look at it, the price. Did they come down? Sengkang rent, land price, break even, selling price. So eventually, did they sell this price? Look at June, May, did they sell? Even Sengkang, right? 99 years leasehold, property prices already done at this price, 1,718 per square foot for leasehold property. So people already accepted the fact that I can afford to buy this property even at this area. I'm willing to pay 1,008 per square foot. The acceptance rate, very important, my friend. Every time we buy property, we must always buy what? People already accepted it. If I go and buy something like $2,000, if I go and ask you to buy something at 2,005 per square foot, then you are setting the record of the price that you want to, right? So if you look at Woodleigh residences, same thing, break even, 10%, their prices are selling at what price? 1,008, 1,009 per square foot. So you can see very simple. Generally, for Woodleigh, even though the leasehold prices, the break even prices, plus the break even, profit 10%. So actually you look at it, developer today, one thing is for sure. Because of the current situation, the developer dare not increase the price, but generally they stay above what they are supposed to sell price. Why? Why? Let me share with you why. Because first and foremost, you must understand one thing. Developer generally today cannot sell much lower price because all of them borrow money from the bank. They already promised the bank a certain average selling price. If they do not fulfill the average selling price, the bank will not grant the loan. That is the key. So if you want to actually so-called expect the property prices to drop 30% from the developer. It will not happen. Based on all this transaction in June, already tells you that the developer did not do this to you. So the only question here is that why the developer dare not increase the price to sell? Because of COVID-19. If not generally, if the market is good, they will not sell this price, right? That is the key. So what is the developer pricing strategy? Let me share with you this. Now, next, let's compare the land cost. I'm sharing with you how the developer works. And you need to know this, right? So land is one thing is very important. For example, Floret, their break-even, purchase the land, right? Break-even price is 1636. Mayfair, 18. The Link at Beauty World, 18 per square foot. This is freehold. This is 99. This is freehold. So based on this price, 1008, Mayfair must easily sell at 1008 to 2000 per square foot. If not, they will not make money. Same thing. This guy will eventually must be sell how much? Above 2000. If they don't sell above 2000, will they make money? No. So it happens that Floret is a freehold property at this per square foot. Next, Floret again, compare with Verdure. Same thing, 1006. Midwood, this is District 23, 99. The land cost is already 1598. And this is a freehold at this price. So is it justifiable? Let's see further. Whether is it worthwhile or not. Now, so for this development for it, we must understand what is the thing. Their break even is this. For them to make at least 10% profit, right, it's about 1008 average price. And that is exactly what they are trying to sell, average plus minus range, right? So the question is it worthwhile to buy? Let's see further. It happens to be, right, among all this development here, Floret is one of the cheapest freehold in this District 23. A lot of people ask me this area, is it worthwhile to buy? Because this area is somehow or rather last time Beauty World, that area is not very attractive. But today, is there a big difference? I want to share with you in a short while later. Why must we be a first mover advantage? How it works? Why must you know this? Because buying a new launch, very important, you must know this. Why? Because if you look at just now my example to you, Commonwealth Tower, some of the new launches, when they bought something at a cheap Court d'Azur, for example, eventually they being from $400 per square foot they bought, they raised to 1,002 per square foot eventually. So how does it work? Let me show you. Now, Clementi Canopy, this project already sold out. Their break even is 1068. To make a 10% profit, right, they sell at this price. This developer happened to sell during the good time. You look at it, 2101. You see, 2101 sold at 1256 per square foot. This was in February 2017, which the market hasn't run yet. Anyone who buy at this price 1256, you look at January 2019. Second floor unit, 21st floor and second floor, you see the price 1439. The difference is 246,000. So why am I trying to tell you? People who pay 21st floor only at 1,002. The second floor went to buy 1439. Why? Time. That's the reason why I'm trying to tell everybody just now. Those people who enter early, developer tend to sell. You see, 1256. If you look at it, isn't it very close? To their profit margin range, right? So for 21st floor, it's only a little bit more only, no? Is it worthwhile? So if you look at it carefully, why must you be the first mover? As I mentioned to you just now, developer for new launches, how it works. The starting off, they tend to give you at a good price. But after that, what will happen? They will raise the price. Why? Very simple. Any one of you, if you are the developer today, initially I sell you at some cost price to go first. Subsequently, when I see my project sell more and more, will you increase price? Coming to the tail end, will you even sell higher price? So as a buyer myself, like 21st floor, I bought my property here and I do nothing. I just wait for the property prices to increase for the next 3 years. Isn't it fantastic? And that is exactly what I'm doing now to buy new launch. Because why? I let the developer do what? Stage the price upward for me so that I can make my profit subsequently. So this is how it works. If you look at Gem Residences, 1232, subsequently 1355 per square foot. You look at this. You look at it, same thing, huh? 27th of May 2016, 1456, 2602. You look at it, 2702, 1770. 1st February 2018. This was the peak, right? If you look at 678 square feet, the difference is how much? 212,000. Can you imagine you do nothing, you just sit there, you are the 26th floor. One floor differences, they bought 200,000 more than me. So is it logical or not? But people buy because why? Bo pian ma, no choice ma, right? No more already what? So I have to what? Buy lah. This is how it works, right? So you look at the average landed sales, non-landed, that means new, non-landed, new sales. CCR generally still went up. If you look at RCR, generally are still stable. These are still stable. So why is it so? For the first 5 months, 6 months, sorry. Because developer cannot sell lower than 30% one. Please take note, it is not possible because why? They own a bank the money that they need to fulfill the average selling price. And that is the crucial part. So that is the reason why you must understand why must you be the first mover advantage. Second, transformation. Another important thing is transformation. And this area, District 23, because I always look at transformation because transformation has a story behind. When there's a story behind and you are the first mover who went in to buy, and when everything is up, do you think that the prices will go higher? That is for sure, right? So you need to see. Now, how to see? First, the railway corridor. This is something to happen. It will actually build from Upper Bukit Timah all the way. You can actually walk to even to Orchard area, to this area, Garden by the Bay, Botanic Gardens. Right? It's a walkway. It's going to be very nice and going to start in Upper Bukit Timah area. And there will be a what? Cross Island Line as well. Next, there will be another very interesting development going to launch, Jalan Anak, which is this development. And this is a mixed D development, which is even more expensive. And you look at the whole transformation here, right? Will be what? This is what I'm trying to say. This is going to be residential, going to be commercial as well, and it's going to be integrated transport hub as well. And the size is almost like a Bedok Mall, bigger than Bedok Mall, right? If those people are familiar, right? Here is a marketplace. There's a Shell petrol kiosk here. There's very nice food here in this market, right? So eventually here will also be transformed. And there's going to be 4 future malls in this location, right? 4 different malls. Because last time, honestly, in Beauty World, nothing big deal. Now it's going to be a big changes and transformation. And because of transformation, I just look at Jurong. I just share with you one thing. Jurong. Before that, Jurong was nothing, right? Everybody talk about it's only the farm, you know. Now Jurong becomes CBD, right? Second CBD, right? Because of this, you see the prices shoot up by how many percent? From $500 per square foot to even $1,600 per square foot. Can you imagine? Upper Bukit Timah, this area is also going to be transformed. So with this transformation, will it actually helps in terms of the prices? That's how you should see it. So the next question is the price right? How do I know whether the price is right? Yes, I agree with you, transformation. My friend, transformation does not mean you should buy. Next important, I still feel is this thing. Money. Is the price right? Right? Let's see. Now, based on resale property, 99 years leasehold, RCR, because this development Foret, right, is actually a freehold property at RCR location, brand new, this is resale. If the resale prices is between $1,700 to $2,000 per square foot for all this development here, right? At 1,008 per square foot, the lowest is about 1,700 plus, I believe, right? For 1,008 per square foot for a brand new development, freehold development, at this price, is it a fair share? That's for you to see. Now, prices that are being done between new launches and resale in this district, I'm comparing just only some resale and new launches. For example, this is resale, all right? This is also resale, this is also resale, this is also resale, All right, this is new launch, new launch. Look at the new launch. This is 99. Okay, this is also 99. This is 99. This is 99. And for it is freehold. Based on freehold at 1,008 per square foot, and based on what is being done, is it a fair value? If you look at this, resale already between 16 to 1718 per square foot. New one 99 also at 1718 per square foot. Is it a fair price in this 1,008? I mean 1,008 is what they quote me. I mean sometimes it's plus minus here and there, right? Depends on unit and facing, right? Now Floridian this month, this year, March 20, 1728. Last year, 18. Resale Floridian already done this right. Now I go to specific unit, already done. So for a brand new development, can I say that it's fair for them to go at 1,008 per square foot for a brand new development? Honestly, given a brand new and a resale today, almost the same price, which one will you want to buy? Think about it. Daintree, 99 years leasehold, already also has done 1,007, 1,006, 1,007, 1,006, even 1,008 also has done. So I want to ask every one of you here, 99 years, already so-called buyers around there willing to pay this price. You see, important is what, you must understand one thing here is that as long as people are willing to buy, that's why I'm telling you, this developer at this point of time, they not increase the price drastically. That's the reason why you must be the what? First mover advantage. Kismis, also 99, new launch, also has done 17 per square foot on average. That means buyers in this area, right? This area already willing to pay at this price. So now for forward at 1,008 per square foot, is it a fair value for you? Right? So I look at all these things. Like I mentioned to you, I always want to buy something, at least I know one thing, that people are already paying this price. If I pay this price, am I safe or not? Remember, risk. If I today ask you to buy forward at 2,001, 2,002 per square foot, 2,003, maybe you'll find that it's a bit risky. But if I'm saying about 1,008, is it a fair value for you? That's for you to take a look at, right? For example, Midwood. This is District 23, up slightly higher, Bukit Panjang area, Dairy Farm area. Already also done 1,007. So what I'm trying to say here is that people around this area has accepted the fact of these prices. That means, am I safe to buy 1,008 at this area for forward? I would say it's safe. That's all. Whether can make money or not, I do not know. I don't want to tell you, overpromise. Sure, make money one. I cannot say all these things because why? I wouldn't know the future. But important, everybody want to make money. But everybody also scared to lose money. So that's the reason why I'm saying that we should buy something that already people already more or less accepted the price. Resale, I already see 1,008, 1,009. 99 years, I also see 1,008, 1,009. So I'm very safe that I buy a freehold at this price. How much can I lose? Right? If the market goes up, will I have a more potential in terms of selling in the future? That's for you to think. Right? New launch for Mayfair, 99 years leasehold, June, this price. This is 99. Already done. This is just opposite, which is just along Bukit Timah Road, but it's the other side, right? But it's also very near to District 21. It's also under the Zone T21, right? Already done this price. Buyers accepted the fact this is the price. So if you are buying at that 1,008 per square foot range, right, is it a safe bet? That is for you to see. Now I go by sizes, 400 to 500 square feet, based on absolute price. Developer for one bedroom, I'm talking about 400 to 500. For those people interested to buy 400 to 500 square feet, right, the size is about there, right? Today, market already transacted in a 99, in a so-called 99 years, a majority 99, 99, right? Already 800 over 1,000, 900 over 1,000, 1 million. So forward lowest, going at this price. Is it a fair value now? Okay. Next, 600 to 700 square feet, 2 room. Same thing, 1 million, 99 from 2017, 1.1 million all the way upwards, 1.3 million. Is it done? Now, the lowest for forward, 2 bedroom, 1 over million, 1.0 something million. So, for a freehold, Going at these kind of prices, is it a fair value for you to see? Next, for 3-bedroom, for those people who are interested in 3-bedroom, already have done about 1.7 over million, except for Mount Botanic, which is District 23, right, at about 1.5 over million, right? Midwood, also District 23, already also 1.6 million. For a District 21, their average freehold property are selling at 1.7 million. So already existing property already have done at 1.7 million. For a freehold brand new development at this 1.7 million, is it a fair value? All right, that is for you to see. I find that this price, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even want to talk about the product. I just want to focus on the pricing, right? To justify whether is it safe or not. That's for you to think through, right? And I just want to share with you one thing. Based on the purchaser, right, who is comfortable in buying, actually is this area. That means people who are 1 million to 1.5 million is the kind of comfort that most people is buying. If today you are buying something at 1.0 something million for a 2-bedroom, can I ask you a question? Is it for you easy for you to exit next time? Because most people are willing to pay this price now, but you are paying 1.0 something million. Next time, is it easy for you to exit? Very important. Easy to buy, must also know how to exit, which I'm going to come into you very short while later on, right? Talk about this. Next, 500 to 800 square feet. Another very crucial one, which is here. This is the most accepted range for buyers. That means if you buy something next time, you also must know will people buy from you or not? Will people interested to buy? This is the preferred numbers that people are willing to buy. Because why? Affordability. The keyword is affordable. Because when most people afford to buy, they will buy. So, very simple. Why is it important? Why must you know this, my friend? The future is all about affordability. Because of what? Total debt servicing ratio, TDSR. If something that is very expensive and big unit, it's not easy for people to buy unless your salary is high. So you must buy something that is easy for people to come in and buy. That is crucial for you to take note of. Now, the question mark is I draw a line for you to see. Based on what I've shared in terms of pricing, is it a fair price to buy for it? RCR, 99 years, already shown you 19 per square foot. Other in location. RCR, other location in resale, already 199. This is new launch. This is resale. 21, resale, freehold, 17. Resale. New launch and 99 and freehold already between this price. So for forex, based on this price of 17 up, is it a fair value? Take it as 18. Take it as 18. Is it a fair value? That's for you to actually decide. I mean, for those people who really want to find out and understand more, later on, my colleague actually will be sharing with you in detail of how it works. For me, my focus is always about pricing. I don't bother whether the show flat, how it looks. I don't bother about how the finishing is looking at. Because why? The finishing is always good. But eventually, most important is what? The price must be good. This is RCR for Jackson, just for your information, right? This is RCR because of the lining of the whole area. That's why this classification is under RCR, not OCR. All right, for your information. So now come to the most important part called exit. So what do you need to know about exit strategy? Comes to buy, the next thing you must exit, right? Very important, because if you don't exit, then how, right? So this is the key. So, like I mentioned to you, I need you to understand this whole thing very well. But I just want to focus on this. This is all the different cooling measure, tightening measure, when the government relax the cooling measure, tighten the cooling measure, right? In the March of 2017, let's just recap this position. Once the government relaxed the cooling measure from SSD from 16% to 12% to 3 years, eventually what will happen? Eventually what happened? The market start to pick up. The market start to pick up, right? So if you look at this, this is what I meant. This is a chart that talk about what? Expected completion of housing. That means this is the time that you see property can collect key, right? So in 2017, the government actually relaxed the cooling measure from 4 years to what? 3 years. From 4 years to 3 years. Okay? So from 4 years to 3 years, what is the most important thing? Why did the government relax the cooling measure? Because very simple. There is no supply here. The next 3 years is dropping. Can the government allow the supplies to be weak and flat? Zero. When there is no supply, there is a demand, prices will start to what? Goes up, right? Am I right to say? So this is the crucial part. So a development take how long to build? 3 years to 4 years to build. So they need to open the door to allow the supplies to come out. If you remember, 2017, when the government announced this, all the en bloc start to run, right? All the en bloc. When the government relaxed cooling measure in March 2017, that is where the market start to pick up. Then the next thing is that, right, after it pick up already, what happened? The government start to tighten the cooling measure. Once the government tighten, what happened? It start to fall. Of course, now there is a drop. Because why? Because of the market situation. So is there a potential? Let's see. So why am I sharing just now with you here? Because again, I want to re-emphasize one more time. Look at seaside residences. This development also launched in 2017, which is not the good time yet. Their break-even alone is 1422 PSF. You look at this. 24th July 2017, 24th July 2017, 16th floor bought at this price. May 2020, this floor, this level, make this price. Look at the 6th floor differences, $320 per square foot. The difference is 189,000. That's why I'm trying to show you this just now. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to show you this. When the government relax the cooling measure, the price start to move upward. And why must you know this? It's because if you can be the first mover to see a prices that is lower and let the market start to pick up, you can make your money from there. Same thing, look at this development, Martin Modern. This is where I bought as well in July 2017. I bought my property at 2050 per square foot. Today, easily at this kind of price, I can sell it away. Because the highest has already gone to $3,000 per square foot, also have done. But most important, I want to show you is here what? This is 4th floor. This is 5th floor. Same stack. 2017, 2019. Look at the differences. Differences between just one level differences is 700,000. Just for one floor differences, the developer can increase the price by 700,000 and the buyer actually bought the unit. So imagine if you are the owners of 0503, isn't it you already have a buffer of margin being made because the developer staged the prices up for you. And that is the crucial part that you need to know. And after that, what happened? July 2018, because they know that the supply now has become what? Full. That's why they what? Cut. They tighten the cooling measure in where? July 2018. Because why? Supply will come down. Now, let me show you now this thing. I just want to show you when I combine everything up for you to see. When is the next tweak in cooling measure? Now we are talking about exit now, right? Supply goes up, come down, up, down. So my question to all of you here, when will the government tweak the cooling measure? When? Last cycle, for the property prices to go upwards is 1 year, 3 months. 1 year, 3 months for the price to go up. So why am I sharing this with you now, right? This is the cooling measure tighten, relax. This is tighten. 1 year, 3 months, they tighten it. Because they see a supplies enough over here. So if any one of us were to buy a property in the year of 2020, this is the first year, second year, third year, SSD over. When will the government relax the cooling measure? Is it going to be here? If they do here, here will become 0. 20, 25, 26. I mentioned to you, developer need about how many years to build a house? 3 years to 4 years. 3 years to 4 years to build a house. Can they relax the cooling measure here? Can't. Can they relax the cooling measure here? Yes and no. But if they relax the cooling measure here in the year of 2022, next year is a little bit difficult, I would say. Why? Because there is still enough supplies to cope We do not know yet, right? If they relax the cooling measure in 2022, the property prices sure go up. By the time can you sell over here? So this is my estimation of how the market works. But at the end of the day, of course, very important is what? Please do not speculate. Must have what? Holding power. That is the key. You must hold. So that at the end of the day, what is important here is what? If you can look at something here, but of course the price must be right lah. At the end of the day, right? Must be right. But I feel that if I can buy something here, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, if the market really open the door here for the government, you have a chance to exit. That's for you to take a look at this. I mean, this is my own judgment. This is my own feeling because I look at the history of here. This is where you look at normally about 3 years time frame. So if I look at here, it's very low. Like you see here, here is very low. So they have to open the door definitely within this area. If they open the door this area, the market will pick up. When the market is pick up, can you sell the property? That's for you to see. So whatever I just shared with you here, right, basically a lot of things is all about what? Some factors that has been done. Of course, at the end of the day, I only based on my 5 category to decide whether yes or no to buy a property. Of course, you can make a decision whether you want or not. I leave it to you. But for those people who really want to understand in depth about this development, please stay forward so that you can see more. I mean, before I end, I just want to share with you here. Look at this. A customer who actually bought a property from Mayer Road, they need to keep moving forward, make some money, sell the money, so that they can actually what? Continue to make profit. This is how the property from the newspaper shows me. This is very important, delay gratification. Why am I saying so? Because delay gratification is crucial because why? I want to share with people here, you may not get the best house to stay now, but most important here is that you must start growing your wealth. Later on, you probably get to enjoy a better house to stay. This is what I read from this article, which is the same thing as what I've been doing and what I've been educating. At the end of the day, your objective is what? Slowly grow your wealth in a systematic way so that when you retire, you actually get to enjoy a good house to stay. And that's what I hope for you. All right. That's why I say, please do not enjoy gratification now. Let's enjoy gratification later on. Right. So like what my dear friend says, right, when everybody is so scared, this is the time for you to open your eyes. That's why for me, I focus a lot on research work, on my numbers, to make sure that when I buy something, I must be comfortable and confident based on the facts that I see. So hopefully you see where I'm going from. You look at the numbers that make sense to you. All right, for those people who are interested to know more about us in terms of information so that you can get your agents to actually connect with you, please scan all these things so that you can get our live updates about all the necessary things PropNex is doing, so that you can get your agents to actually invite you to all the different seminars so that you can learn more. All right. So all the best to you guys here. Of course, before you go, I really want you to stay back because for those who are really interested in this development to understand in depth, my colleague, right, Sergius will actually run through with you so that you have a better, clearer picture. All right. Thank you so much, Sergius. I hand over to you now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kelvin Fong. Okay, everybody, that was our Executive Director of PropNex, Mr. Kelvin Fong, whose views are extremely respected in the industry by journalists, researchers, as well as developers. So thank you all. So for all those of you who are here, thank you for joining us on immediately after the elections was announced yesterday night. Okay. So my portion will just be a very short 15 to 20 minutes. It is to provide you with critical information with regards to Forex at Bukit Timah, which was just mentioned by Kelvin. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start. Okay, so just some brief information on Forex at Bukit Timah. Like what is mentioned by Kelvin, it is in District 21. It is officially in the RCR region. Okay, and it is nestled with greenery. And it's traditionally a low-rise area because the whole Bukit Timah area along the main Bukit Timah road there, there's a lot of good class bungalow, and slightly further up at Hillview, there's also the presence of Ministry of Defense. So generally, you can't build too high up in that area. Okay, so and the property is most importantly everybody's favorite word, freehold. It is extremely rare to have a freehold development in an area around the Bukit Timah region. And most importantly, a lot of times people are saying that freehold, usually the location of the site is not so prime. But for Forex at Bukit Timah, we are within 10 minutes walking distance to the MRT station, and I verified on Google Maps slightly earlier today. So verified by Google, 10 minutes walk within MRT station. So freehold, 10 minutes to MRT station, very, very rare in the market. Okay, so just a few questions for buyers who are just deliberating. Of course, in the current market, you have choices. Okay, but my question to everybody is, would you rather enter into an area before massive transformation takes place or after massive transformation takes place? Okay, so this is $1 million question, $1 billion question, or in some people say $1 trillion question. I think most of you would actually guess that it's actually most ideal to enter before the transformation take place. Okay, so just some personal story. Back in 2005, when I was still schooling, I couldn't believe that Marina Bay was going to expand into business district, but it actually happened based on the master plan. But when everybody was able to see what was happening in Marina Bay in 2007, 2008, it's a little bit too late. So we have to make an informed decision through thorough research, which is what we are actually advocating. And I think previously our director, Mr. Kelvin Fong, he has already shared 3 critical transformations with regards to this area. There are greenery transformation. There's also infrastructure transformation possible, cross island line coming up in the area. But I think the massive site that I just want to re-anchor is the integrated transport hub that has just been launched at Jalan Anak Bukit. For those of you who are not aware where is this is directly opposite the Bukit Timah Hawker Center. And this is a mega site that is even bigger than an integrated transport hub like Bedok Mall, okay? And this even has possibilities to you service apartments. But critically, the land bid for such a development is potentially around the range of up to $1,250 per square foot, and that is for a 99-year leasehold property. So the opportunity that you have the opportunity to take advantage in the current market is that you can look at a freehold land plot at a significantly sensitive pricing due to the current climate, and likely you may be able to buy below a future 99-year-old leasehold pricing. Okay, so this is the opportunity that we have on hand for at Bukit Timah. So for those of you who are not so familiar with Bukit Timah Beauty World area, so I've done up a very, very simple map, okay, so that everybody can have an overview. So if you look at this, again, this is the Beauty World basin. Again, this is the Beauty World MRT station. We are around 10 minutes walk away from for right at Bukit Timah. And of course, Bukit Timah famous for Bukit Timah Hill and Bukit Batok Hill. Okay, and traditionally, some people also call Bukit Timah as what we call the gateways to the Ivy Leagues of the world. So there are 2 primary schools within 1 kilometer, which is critical. Bukit Timah Primary School as well as Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary School. And I think it's one of the 2 set schools they are located along Bukit Timah Road. And if you look at the boxes, okay, the red boxes is the equivalent of the key shopping centers in the area. We have the Bukit Timah Shopping Center, we have the Beauty World Shopping Center, we have the Bukit Timah Plaza, we have the Bukit Timah Market and Hawker Center, and critically, we have the 24 hours eateries that we have here at the Chong Chin Nam neighborhood. So this is the 24 hours eatery hub that we have along Beauty World. I mean, I have friends here who stay at Bukit Panjang, Bukit Batok, Jurong. After 2, 3, 5 night hours, if they want something to eat post circuit breaker, I think they will usually come to the Bukit Timah Basin. Okay, so this is just a quick overview. But I think interestingly, you look at the map, you should see 4 orange boxes. What are these 4 orange boxes? These 4 orange boxes are the transformations that have been mentioned by Mr. Kelvin Fong earlier. Critically, the first one, which is the integrated transport hub, and there's also a very nice rail corridor and a sky park that's being developed right near within our vicinity. And of course, there is yet an unconfirmed potential cross-island line interchange station. So all these plans are largely in place within the Bukit Timah Basin, and most of them were only confirmed by the government last year when the 2019 master plan was being released. So a lot of exciting new information that's being released. A lot of Bukit Timah and Beauty World residents that we spoke to were not able to be aware of this transformation. So today, I think by virtue of being here, you are able to grab all this knowledge. So if you want more of this information, later speak to your PropNex agent who invited you here, and they will keep you informed. Okay. So, and the next question, okay, this is a personal favorite question I would like to ask a lot of my friends and clients. If given a choice, would you rather stay with more neighbors or lesser neighbors? Okay, so in a random survey that I have been doing over the past 1 year across the different projects that we're working on, traditionally, most buyers prefer to stay with less neighbors, okay? Unless you really want those high-rise kind of view, level 30, 40, then it is not so possible in low-density environment like Bukit Timah and Beauty World. But generally, with lesser neighbors, you have more space, you have more privacy, you have more facilities, and it is not so stifled within your own development. So this is one of the charms of Forex at Bukit Timah. Okay, so Forex at Bukit Timah Beauty World area, like what I've mentioned, because of the presence of good class bungalows on the Bukit Timah side and maybe the Ministry of Defense at Hillview side, we cannot build too high up. So most of the units here is actually being capped at level 5 or maximum level 8, level 9. So Forex at Bukit Timah, our buildings will be around level 5 or level 9. Later, we will show you some videos. So because of this feature, we are extremely low density. If you'd like to stay with lesser people, I think you have come to the right development. Okay, so just to share a little bit about the critical information, our land plot is an extremely massive 360,000 square feet of land, but we only have 633 units. There are a lot of land plots out there in the market whereby the land size is like 30%, 40% lower than ours, but yet they have 2 times the number of units. But we have very, very low density, only 623 units for a 360,000 land plot. Why? Because of the plot ratio that has been enacted on this plot of land. Trust me, if the developer can squeeze out just another 5 or 10 units, they would have done so, because these are all additional potential profit margins. But no, they are being controlled by the plot ratio, which is to the advantage of home buyers like yourself. Okay, so this is a brief site map of Forex at Bukit Timah. I'm not going to go in deep into it. If you'd like to find out a little bit more, later I will share with you how you can find out a little bit more about this beautiful development. So some of the key features that I think is quite impressive for me, myself at the very least, is that for 633 units, we actually have 5 swimming pools. So if you follow my mouse on the slide, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I right to say that traditionally for 500 to 600 plus units development, usually if you're blessed with a 50-meter pool together with a small kids pool, you're considered quite well endowed with facilities. But here we have 5 swimming pools. This is only possible because of our huge landscape, okay? And beyond that, we have very nice large landscaping. I think one of the highlights here of Forex at Bukit Timah is that we have a level 9 sky garden, which will give all residents the equal chance to access a very, very nice breathtaking view along the Bukit Timah skyline. I think that's a little bit of highlight, okay? And I have some pictures to show you, okay? So without further ado, enough information about the project specific, okay? So these are just 1 or 2 Google Earth shots that I took from the Google Earth software, okay? So I orientated around the vicinity of Forex at Bukit Timah. I took different shots from different angles. So generally you can see that even on Google Earth shots, the whole surrounding is quite low density. So this kind of skyline, this kind of environment, especially if you want to have a greenery backdrop, you can't get it in most other places in Singapore, and much less and most importantly, it is within walking distance to the MRT station. So I think you are in for a real treat, not just sensitive pricing, but you are also getting a quality product in the process, okay? So enough words, okay? So let us appreciate some artist impressions, okay? All these are still subject to change, but I think 90+% is there. So to give you a very big overview of Forex at Bukit Timah, okay? So full glass facade, okay? So this is the landscaping overview that we have at Forex at Bukit Timah. This is how it's being nestled within the its vicinity, okay? Very low density in the area. So this is a night shot for Forex at Bukit Timah. You can see that it's being endowed with 5 swimming pools. Here is a display of the 3 swimming pools. What we're seeing here are our 4 level 9 towers. Our highest floor is level 9. Once again, very, very nice. You can see that it is being furnished with full height glass balcony or glass screens. Okay, so very, very it will allow you to maximize the natural sunlight that will come into all development. Okay, so a full height glass facade is extremely rare in the market. So for those of you who are quite picky, beyond entry price, you're also looking for superior product. I think you have found something, quite a bit of a gem here at Bukit Timah. Okay, so some sky clubhouses. Okay, so I think this is the view of the Sky Garden on level 9. You will be able to get a bird's eye view of the entire Bukit Timah skyline from the level 9 Sky Garden, which is open to all. Okay, so some other additional artist impression. Okay, so I'm just going to move along. If you want any of more of such the artist impression, do not worry, reach out to your PropNex consultants who have invited you to this talk, and I'm sure they will be more than happy to share this information with you, or get our subject matter expert tagger at Bukit Timah to assist you in the process. Okay, I think the last question, I think this has been covered by Mr. Kelvin Fong within this slide. I mean, everybody, if given a choice, would you rather purchase a freehold or a 99 years leasehold? Everybody touch your heart and ask that question. So if I ask this question, I have been asking this question over the past a few years of my career. Most buyers would prefer to purchase a freehold product. Am I right to say that? But usually we understand that a freehold product will come with a premium, and sometimes the premium is quite a high premium in the process. But this opportunity that we have here at Bukit Timah actually allows you to enter into a freehold product without paying that very, very scary premium. Okay, so I think usually a freehold product, usually you have to pay 20 to up to 30% more. In some areas, people are willing to pay 40% more. I think that's quite a huge jump, even if you're a freehold fan. Okay, so what if you just need to pay maybe around a 10% premium or around there? You can enjoy the upgrade from a 99-year leasehold to freehold product, as per what was analyzed by Mr. Kelvin Fong in his analysis earlier. But very, very important, not all units will be selling at 1,800 or 1,900 per square foot. The developer has given a promise and also a commitment that they are going to price things rather sensitively, especially for the first 100 plus to 200 plus of you, because they are also aware of the current market sentiments. So they are prepared to price the pricing very, very sensitively. So you must be one of the first few to participate in the ballot, okay, or register with us in the VVIP preview, which I will share with you very, very shortly. So what is the extremely sensitive pricing? So officially, we have only gotten two guide prices from for right at Bukit Timah. Our 1+ study, not a 1-bedroom, a 1+ study starts from around 8xxk, which is around 1.8xx per square foot. A 2-bed 1-bath starts from around 1.0x million, which is also around 1.8xx per square foot. That is around a 10% premium, or actually some of the nearby surrounding 99-year leasehold products have actually already transacted 1,700, 1,008, or even 1,900 per square foot. So you may be able to purchase certain units even below 99-year leasehold pricing. But how do you get all this information and be kept up to date with all the future first-hand information that's being released? Register with your PropNex consultant who invited you to this talk for more information. And how do you register yourself? So that is the most important question. I think in the market, most people have heard about for at Bukit Timah, different agents, different people are giving different opinions. So this is the official opinion. Before I reach on to the next slide, this is the breakdown unit mix. So we have around 12% of the units which are 1+ study. We have around 50% spread of 2 bedrooms. And something to highlight with regards to our 2 bedrooms here, most of the time in the current market, 2-bedroom unit types do not come with enclosed kitchen, do not come with window in their kitchen. Okay, so for at Bukit Timah, we are going to have quite a fair bit of unit with enclosed kitchen as well as window within the kitchen area. So something unique. If that is also something that you like and prefer, do get in touch with your PropNex consultant. And for those of you who are investors, I think there is a very unique value proposition that we have here at Bukit Timah. We have a very rare 3-bedroom dual key unit, just 29 of them. And I think some of this will be extremely well received by the buyers. So for more information, contact the PropNex consultants who have invited you here today for more information. Okay, so finishing wise, a lot of people are asking the golden question. For the developer to launch it at a very sensitive pricing, confirm plus chop, they must make up the profit margin from somewhere. Is it they are using slightly inferior finishing or what? The answer is no. Okay, they are not shortchanging you on the product. Okay, so what we have gotten information from the project team, natural marble finishing will be utilized. We're giving you SMAC appliances, which is CCR level kind of appliances and finishing, where you're giving you quartz for your tabletop. And of course, we're going to integrate it with a smart home system. So there is no compromise. Okay, it's just that in the current market sentiment, okay, there is an opportunity with the sensitivity of pricing, and all these opportunities are likely going to be captured on launch day. So later I'll share with you how you can actually register for this launch day. Okay, so a quick recap for Forever Bukit Timah as a product. Okay, beyond all the numbers which I think Mr. Kelvin Fong has gone through with you. If you are looking for freehold, if you are looking for a huge land plot, if freehold huge land plot is extremely rare, extremely rare in the market, and usually they cost a premium. And a near MRT is beside massive triple transformation. Okay, for those of you who would like a refresher or the triple transformation, later I'll share with you how you can get in touch with all this information. High quality finishing, many amenities, as well as a Bukit Timah address. Okay, so these are the opportunities that are on hand only for those who participate in the VVIP registration. Okay, like what Mr. Kelvin Fong has said, go through your finances with the PropNex consultants and our subject matter experts so that they can assess your feasibility. Okay, so there is an important announcement. Okay, so I believe that some of you may be seasoned property buyers or seasoned investors. You're used to the previous way of buying a new launch from the developer, but because of the COVID-19 situation, social distancing has to be practiced in the show flat. As such, the process flow is a little bit different this time around, but it is being carried out not by us, but it's by the management of the developer in order to ensure your safety in the sales gallery. So it's a very important announcement. You won't have to be registered with us before you can come to the sales gallery. So how do we actually register you? Okay, so just a simple brief, later I'll divert you to the right people to assist you. So actually the registration has already started yesterday, okay, but do not worry, we still have ample slots, but subject to first come first serve and availability. We need you to submit a full registration documents. How do you submit this? Reach out to your PropNex consultants and they will guide you. And PropNex consultants, you can reach out to our forward taggers. And after you've submitted the full registration documents, you have to indicate up to 5 viewing slots. This is to for us to slot you in. If your first slot is available, we'll definitely slot you in. So do not worry. Okay, preferably indicate at least 2 weekday slots for easy arrangement. The VVIP preview, subject to final confirmation, but it will likely run from 18th of July to 27th, 28th, 29th. We have yet to receive official confirmation, but those are the dates that you can work along with at the moment. Okay, so full registration, like what I said, is being enforced by the developer for the purpose of social distancing in order to protect the health of all our visitors as well as our agents who are involved in the launch. So no walk-ins, everything must be registered. So how do you register? Reach out to your PropNex agents and consultants, or if you have more information with regards to Forever Bukit Timah, they will be more than happy to assist you with it. Okay, so when you indicate your priority, just for administrative purpose, the time slots will be in hourly time slots. So very importantly, before you come down, actually get your PropNex consultants and PropNex agents work with our forex taggers, and they will give information to your clients so that we can be a little bit more focused when you come down. Like what I say, we'll do our best to assign your preferred slots, okay? But kindly seek your kind understanding because we are in a new normal, so registration is required due to social distancing measures, okay? So if you have heard of if you like what you heard and you want even more first-hand information, I think something critical that some of you may be asking, do we have floor plans or this? These are all things that a lot of buyers are looking out for. Do you want to have a full estimated price guide using our internal price matrix? Or do you want some unit selection advice on how to select the best units for Forever Bukit Timah? Okay, a step-by-step guidance for VVIP registration, or you want Zoom assistance? all these are available for you. Okay, so immediately after this talk, okay, this is my last slide. Okay, so I do not want to take up too much of the precious time. Okay, so if you have another 20 to 30 plus minutes more, you can reach out immediately to your PropNex agent who invited you to our seminar today. Okay, so PropNex consultants, I think if you know a foreign at Bukit Timah tagger, you can reach out to them. If you do not know, you can connect with them using our Grab tagger system, or if not, you can reach out to them in our Telegram chat group. So PropNex agent, please immediately help to connect your client to our taggers. Okay, so clients, if you are keen to find out more with regards to foreign at Bukit Timah and how you can register for the VVIP preview, because the pricing will be sensitive for the first 20 to 30% of the buyers on launch day. I think it is quite exciting, and you need to throw your name into the hat in order to secure this balloting chance. Okay, so okay, I think I've come to the end of the talk. So maybe in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll allow for some transition time. So just in case, if you're interested to find out a little bit more about a floor plan, specific information, clients reach out to your PropNex agents and a PropNexians. You can reach out to a tagger and grab a tagger in order to establish a connection, and I think they can furnish even more critical information to your client. Okay, so if not, without further ado, I've come to the last slide of my presentation. So if there are any questions that you would like to ask with regards to the development before you go into a personalized room, reach out. You can put your questions into the chat box or the Q&A. We'll try our best to answer as many questions as we can possible. If not, have a great Saturday. We hope that if you're interested to find more information, get in touch, because a lot of interest is actually coming in. Okay, I think a lot of us agents, okay, just to side chat a little bit, are also quite excited to participate in this balloting exercise. So a lot of interest. Pricing is sensitive, like what my executive director, my boss, Mr. Kelvin Fong, has always said: in crisis, there are always opportunities. So how do you sieve out all these opportunities in a crisis is important. And for you to enter freehold at a minimum premium to a leasehold product, this may be the only opportunity. If you missed it, I do not know how high prices will move on in the next property cycle. So maybe without further ado, I will hand back the time back to my boss, Mr. Kelvin Fong, to make Mr. Kelvin Fong, do you want to make a conclusion remark? Boss, your mic is
All right, thank you so much, Sergius, for your sharing. So, of course, those people who are really keen to find out a little bit more, actually, our guys are actually ready to share with you in details, including the floor plans, right, Sergius? Correct.
Yes,
Please
we have
guide them
the floor
along.
plans available.
Please guide them.
Okay, so maybe we'll just keep this room here for another 5 to 10 minutes, okay? So clients, if you're interested to find out more, and especially to register for the VVIP preview, which are filling up very, very fast, okay, please get in touch, instruct your PropNex agent, because I think they don't know whether you are interested. And PropNex agent, please get in touch with your clients to check whether they are interested to find out a little bit more. Our taggers are all ready to assist you. So if you know our foreign at Bukit Timah taggers, okay, for our clients, just in case you're wondering what is a tagger, they are our subject matter expert who will assist you in your journey. So your journey with us at PropNex is extremely important. So please get in touch with your PropNex consultants, and PropNex consultants connect with a foreign tagger. They are ready to assist you. If you do not know one, you can grab a tagger, or you can reach out to your manager or division leaders to connect you with one as well.